Hello, and welcome to Rainbows and Razor Blades Productions, where chaos reigns in all of our content. I am your GM for the night, Kristen, aka Darth Cerelish, and I'm running the stream for the first time since the very first game we ran on the channel ever. So bear with me tonight if things go funny. Cat, can you hear me? Uh-oh.
Can't she?
I'm a text her and find out.
Do we have sound?
She might just be showing it to her and not. Oh, Chad can hear me. Thanks, Chad. I'm always worried that audio is gonna fuck me. Anyway, so tonight we are playing Somnum Exterreri, homebrew cyberpunk game of my own design-ish. You know, but
More or
still
less.
mechanically the same. Kinda. Anyway, let us meet our players. We will start with Eric A with 1C.
Hi, I'm Eric, also known as Charles O'Brien on Instagram and Twitter, Charles O'Brien TTRPG. I am playing Half Moon Harvey, the fixer for tonight's game.
And Marie.
I'm Marie. I'm playing Patches, our Mythic, and you can find me on Twitter at Woven of Freckles.
Tim.
I'm Tim. You can find me as Flam Blackmore on Twitter, and I am playing Lobo, the solo murder hobo.
And Eric number 1 with 2C.
I'm Eric. I'm found at Despair anywhere on social media. I am playing the not so business minded HR executive from Rockland and am theoretically supposed to be able to know how to deal with business, but apparently not.
Apparently you need someone to help you.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
It's just occasionally that your brain is all like, what is bureaucracy? I mean, let's be fair. Who wants to follow bureaucracy anyway? I also did not bring up my checklist because I'm on a different computer.
You're on cats. You should switch her keyboard and mouse setup.
All right. No, I think we're good. Woohoo! You can affect the game officially. We will get coffee set up soon, but if you look at the bottom of your chat where the channel points are aspects of chaos. There are a couple of options that you can spend your channel points on to help our players. Just make sure that you give a name if you spend them so we know who it goes to, because that's helpful. Last week, we had Half Moon Harvey dragged off by a couple of who they originally thought were random people, but as Obscura looked over and was going to start to go after him, he turned around and gave a thumbs up. No, I know these people. They're cool. And went on his way, while the rest of them stopped for a minute to fix some cyber tech that had some issues, and to generally get a lay of the land. They then began walking in the direction that Harvey had been taken, as that's also where all indications are that they would find their quarry, Jimmy the Snake. Not Jake the Snake. That's a different guy. On their way, there was a group of 5 booster gang members that attacked them in an attempt to gain their gear, since 99% of people are stripped of all of their gear before they end up down here. It was a fair route. There was some damage taken, but overall it was all against the other guys. A couple lived and ran.
Yeah, because I scared him off.
That face down was epic.
One tried to get away.
Obscura got one, Lobo got one, and then Lobo decided that one needed to be thrown into the water to see what all this talk about chumming the water in Ignotus is about. As they continued walking, there was some familiar faces that they met up with. A friend of Patch's who had some information for them, and in exchange for that information, as long as they would get him off the prison part, at least, and get him over to Furidamu, the city of the free that exists on the giant platform you see there in the middle on our lovely map, that he would make sure that you all made it to where you were supposed to go and prove as a guide in a way down here. Lobo also found a note that had been slipped into his pocket during the scuffles up above. They gave them their escape plan, and they have 5 hours on this platform to find Jimmy the Snake, get the information that they need to better handle their job involving risk when they do make it back up to Tempestus and the casino. After that 5 hours is up, there is a boat that will be waiting on the map. It would be the south side of the platform they are on, which is the second from the left on the top row of those cells, which the cells are each 1 mile square floating platforms with no railing, no safety measures, and you occasionally feel it rock pretty heavily when something swims by underneath it. And as such, we have made it to the point where they have just walked up into the vicinity of the temporary encampment, I guess would be the best way to describe it. It's some poles and tarps, and it's about as nice as it gets down here, where they do see Half Moon Harvey and where he had been taken. And Titus, in showing off some throwing star skills, he's like, watch this. And he chucks one, and it hits the pole just above Half Moon Harvey's head, shaving off about 1/4 inch of his hair.
Rude.
And that is where we pick up this week. As you all begin to walk over there, Obscura kind of stops for a second, and she's like, oh no, guys, I'm feeling so hot. I'm just gonna take a seat. And so she goes and she sits. There is a chair that's sitting next to Half Moon Harvey, and as she walks over, he's like, no, she's fine. So you do see her walking over. You're talking to Jimmy the Snake, and the rest of them are behind her. What do you all do?
What kind of conversation am I having with Jimmy? Or is that...
Basically, it's old friends catching up. You knew him as just Jim. He was an up-and-coming fixer at the same time as you, but he made some wrong moves and got his ass thrown in prison for it. And so now he has been stuck down here. You haven't quite got to any of the business talk or exactly what happened to get him thrown down here, but this is where we stand.
So, Jimmy, I'm guessing this is why I haven't seen you in like a year.
About
how long?
13 months. Yeah.
About 13 months, yeah, give or take. What the hell did you do?
So, you see, took this job. It was
Okay.
gonna be good money. Like, the kind of money that I could move up to Tempestus level money. That should have been my first clue that it was too good
Yeah,
of
you're
a
right.
good thing.
You're out of your goddamn mind.
But I was hired by somebody from Ario Meatwagon to get some information. I thought it was simple information. Well, it turns out they wanted me to get this information off of Risk. and he's a harder mark than he lets on.
Do I know who Risk is?
Risk is the guy that you're supposed to go to the casino to steal information
That's right.
off of.
The naked guy. Right. Okay.
Yes.
Mesh wearing gambler. Yeah.
Always has a woman and possible security around him.
Right.
And Chad just gifted all of y'all a +2 to a skill check. So on a skill check tonight that you might not be rolling so well on, you can add a +2 to hopefully make it where it needs to be.
All right. Cool beans. Cool beans. And so I continue speaking to Jimmy. I go, wait. So you have this guy's name was Risk. How
Yeah,
close?
he's
How close did you get to this guy?
Weird guy.
Coming from you, that says a lot.
Right?
I've hung
And
out
when
with
you
you at
get up
casinos.
to him, like, you think he's gonna be an easy mark. And you walk up to him. And my Netrunner buddy even got into his architecture. But he's got next level architecture that fights back. And then that also alerted. And all of a sudden I'm surrounded by 10 high level boosters that just like came out of the shadows, out of nowhere. I was told I would need maybe a 4-man crew. And so I had 2 solos with me and the Netrunner. We were going to be fine. Yeah, no. These guys took down both of the solos and the Netrunner. I'm not real sure what happened to his mind, but I don't think it's there anymore.
Do you know if? I mean, sorry if this is too much information at once. I'm pretty sure whatever happened, you found yourself here shortly. Am I right?
Well, they took out my solos. Like, they went, they had no chance.
They
And it
kept
turns
you
out
alive?
that the casino also has chutes that come directly down here. So, they said they were gonna teach me a lesson. And they stripped me of my gear, they stripped me of my cyber tech, and I was thrown down a chute that led me here.
And I start thinking, because I remember, what was Dom's character's name?
Domino?
No, not Domino.
Oh, Don. Oh, Frank. Sorry.
Frank. Yeah. So
Names that are
he's-
slightly close together confuse me.
Yeah. Facts. And I start thinking back to the fact that he said, to tell Jimmy the Snake hello. And that kind of is like things are kind of coming to me right now where I think we've been set up as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but we're in a little better shape than Timmy here.
I think it's Jimmy. It's Jimmy. I know he's not much now, but he's a good buddy of mine.
Don is in the chat and he's all like, Clinton Frink.
Say,
Hi, my
Specifically.
Don.
Thank you,
I
Dom.
kill Fink. I kill him.
So this next level shit, did you happen to get like a maker model? Because can I tell you something? I don't know if I'll just tell you, because I don't imagine it's possible to get any lower than this.
And just for background, like, you weren't like super close friends, but you saw each other daily for over a year. So it's somebody that you would trust with certain information.
We're like on that acquaintance front level.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So funny thing, we've been requested to, I don't know if we're supposed to ice this guy. No, not ice the guy, but your friend that got you here, that's our mark.
He has blackmail information on about 95% of the heads of the megacorps. And that's why he can spend all day at the casino and lose all of his money and never go broke.
That's interesting. That
Because he gets-
explains.
because they pay him money to keep him quiet.
And they have yet to get. I mean, if you're asking about him, that means something's come up. They've been trying to take him out of the game for about 5 years now.
I see you.
And he took over for somebody else who had been blackmailing him for about 30 years before that. They had come here from Night City and had some deeper dirt than we would ever get our hands on here.
I look to everyone. I'm assuming everyone's here now, right?
Yeah, they've all started to walk up. Obscura sat down, kind of puts her head in her hands, and Lobo, you're a little worried about her, so you're not really sure what's going on, but you do still have the body over your shoulder.
He's trying to figure out if she is having problems.
Make a human perception check for me.
Human perception. That's like some kind of perception, right? Human perception.
I believe it is.
Oh, I rolled a 1. Oh, that's bad.
Okay, roll another 10 to
Yeah,
subtract.
so it's a 9.
She looks like Obscura. Like, she's sitting down. She might be a little sweatier than normal, but it's hot down here.
You're not having problems, are you? No? Okay. I don't know what they're talking about. I'm going to go throw this in the water.
Lobo,
You just
Buddy.
you just stay there.
Lobo, buddy.
Oh, yes, Master.
What? Ooh. I'll go with it. What is that?
What is what?
The thing over your shoulder.
It was a man.
It,
Yes, he will very soon not be even that. A sack of meat.
did
Well,
you
isn't
take
the
it-
plan to feed the fishies?
Yeah.
Did you take everything that's useful or sellable off of him first?
I
It
took
wasn't
his,
much.
I took his little knife bit, and I threw it through some other friend of his. Put a big hole in his chest. It was fun.
Did you hit his heart?
Most of his insides. Yeah.
Okay.
He hit
Jimmy.
him in the middle of the back, and it hit hard enough that it shattered his sternum outward.
But the heart is intact?
No.
On that one, no. On this one, probably.
Oh, okay. Jimmy, sorry, I was about to ask if you have like a little ice box or whatever that we can carry a heart in. They sell well.
He did not have the heart to fight. I don't know why anyone would want it.
I don't know if you're being metaphorical or literal, but
It's
And
Wait.
Jimmy's
Didn't put up a fight.
Yeah, there's no ice boxes down here. We don't get any cold food. Our rations are basically MREs, and we
That shit.
have a ration of clean water to use for drinking and for that. And he's like, I mean, do you smell it down here? Do you think any of us have taken a shower since we got here?
I wasn't going to say. But you stink really bad.
I lost my sense
Yeah.
of smell years ago. So
There's not enough water. Like, you want to save the water so you can eat and so you can drink, and you don't
Mm.
want to touch that water. Throw your body in there, and you'll see why.
Okay. He just walks off toward the water.
Give
I'm watching the
me-
Pillsbury Doughboy. He's excited.
Where is the throw?
Also, this security suit I've been wearing I'm imagining has been degrading slowly as things get on it.
So I imagine that you're going close up to there, but are you just dropping the body in, or do you want to actually
Oh no,
throw
I'm
it?
throwing
Okay.
the body.
Go ahead and
A chance to use my muscles.
what is your body? base?
8.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a body to see how, just a straight body check, see how far it goes.
How do I roll it? Well, all right. I have to roll manual for that. Where's my D10? Where's my D10? 16.
You stop and you swing this body back over. And how do you throw it? Do you like full-handed, granny toss him over your head?
So I have this clear image in my head of him just picking him up by the waist and hoisting him above his head, and then feet first chucking him like soccer ball style
Okay.
into the sea, so he lands feet first and kind of bobs for a second.
You've named him Bob. Got it.
That is his name. It is what he does.
So you get him out there about 7 or 8 feet away from the edge. And as his feet hit the water, you don't get a chance to see him bob. A tentacle that is longer than this man is tall, comes up and wraps around his body, crushing his head, and you imagine everything else that's covered. Like, the brains explode out the top of his head and is pulled underwater.
I was going to call you Bob, but now I call you Pop. Well, he turns back and yells, "It was not fishies. It was
Give me an education check.
yeah. I do have a skill in education. It's just not great.
So you have shitty water and calamari that tries to kill you.
6.
It kind of looked like spaghetti, but with thicker and had suckers.
But it was spaghetti monster.
Was it flying?
I was gonna ask the same thing.
It was swimming. It might be related. Like cousin or something. Is there a flying one?
Some people think so.
Let me think.
That is disturbing.
That's what you find disturbing, that people think.
Wait, what?
All right, so we should probably find a way out of this place.
Oh, we
We
have to
gotta,
wait.
I think he's got a ride.
Yeah, we must wait. It is.
How long we gotta wait?
You are Snake, yes?
Jimmy, I go by the snake, yeah.
Right. Do you have like fun?
I mean, we make do down here. And while this is going on, Patches, if you want to go ahead and make a check on Obscura for me, go ahead and roll.
Roll better than I did.
Roll me a human perception. It should be under empathy if you're using the app, or it's under social skills.
I've got an 18.
So you look over at Obscura and you notice that, yeah, she's sweating, but her eyes are starting to glaze over a little bit, and there's clearly something wrong.
I'll go over to her.
Give me a concentration check to see if you can recall seeing this before.
$15.
You've had a couple people that have come into your clinic with similar symptoms that she's beginning to show. And you recognize this as somebody making a peer-to-peer connection over her cyber deck and is attempting to attack her entire being. Every part of her that is connected to this cyber deck is in trouble right now.
Okay. Is Lobo, are you still over by the water?
He's come like walking back, like kind of happy but kind of disappointed.
I'll try get your attention. Sort of just wave you over.
What?
to
What?
Obscura.
What is it?
Something's wrong with Obscura. I don't
She's
think she's.
what is wrong? She is having problems.
Yeah, I think with her cyber deck. I'm not sure I've got anything with that.
Okay.
Make a general perception check for me, Lobo.
Perception.
And actually, anybody that might be paying attention to this conversation and the fact that there is something wrong can make a perception check to look around them.
Where's perception? I know it's somewhere.
Got a 10 and a 3, 23.
Here we go.
18.
12.
So, Lobo, you start to look around thinking if it got to do something with her cyber deck, maybe it's something on her person, and you're like starting to look and nothing seems off on her. Harvey, you do start to see some tension starting to happen with Jimmy as this is being talked about. And Domino, you do notice about 6 feet away, one of what you presume is Jimmy's guys is kind of sitting in a chair. He's got a hat on that's kind of pulled down, obscuring his eyes a little bit, and is typing on a cyber deck that is mostly hidden from where anybody else would be able to see it. But with that roll, you absolutely clock it.
And let me just check my gear real quick.
Am I allowed to assume that this guy is doing something to Obscura and Jimmy?
You haven't noticed this guy. You just notice that Jimmy's getting tense, noticing what this is. Give me a human perception check, since you've noticed him acting odd. See if you can see exactly how.
All right. 20.
He, like, you catch his eyes darting off to the side towards that guy, and he's, like, making hand gestures at his hip. Like, no, stop, don't. So obviously he has figured out who is doing it. He has not authorized this, so you're not entirely sure how much in command he is, especially of this person.
How much of his crew is around?
There is Jimmy, the guy in a hat, sitting down, and then there are about 6 guys that are in this area and kind of standing watch around it to make sure none of the other prisoners encroach on their area.
Okay,
Uninvited.
the guy who is doing the stuff with the device, is he surrounded? Does he have any guys that...
There's one guy that's standing about 5 feet behind him, and then everybody else is kind of arrayed around it. But
So-
Domino is in between you and this guy, so like you can kind of clock him past him, but you clearly see that Domino has clocked him as well.
Okay, so I'm thinking that I want to do a face down with this guy, because with him being in and out like that, he's not obviously not paying attention to anything that Jimmy wants. So that's cool plus rep plus D10, and we got a rep of 2, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna walk over there and I'm gonna have my cyber skin, my chem skin, start shifting into patterns that I've learned through business and my street days that tend to give people problems with focus. And I will tip his hat up and say, shut it down, or I should let the big guy eat your heart. All right, so I'm gonna take that +2 that was granted,
Awesome.
and I'm gonna spend 2 luck on this as well to give me a total +4. And my cool is an 8. So I got a 3 on the dice roll, so that's 12, 15.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, plus my rep, so 2 more. That would be 17.
17. Okay. I know I have D10s. There we go. He only rolled a 14. So as you make these changes and you step towards him and make your threat, he does look up and he stops what he was doing with the cyber deck and looks like he's about to bolt.
Okay. I suppose somebody else would.
How far away am I from him?
You're only about 5 feet away from Domino. He's just taken a step forward towards this guy, and he's probably about 10 feet away from Domino.
I take out my heavy pistol, I aim it at his balls and say, if you want to keep those, you're sitting down.
Make a face down check for me as well. So it's your cool plus your rep plus a D10.
Let's see. Wait, sorry, face down. Where can I find that anywhere on stats?
It's on the combat side.
But it'll
Gotcha.
be your cool plus the reputation, which you have of 2, and then the D10. So
Yeah.
Gotcha. 18.
he also got an 18, but because there was the previous face down that was successful, I will say that you still come out on top for this.
I keep my heavy pistol aiming down, and I'm like my one working eye is just right on him. And
So yeah, like he stops messing with the cyber deck. He starts to stand up. He gets another threat. And he kind of starts to sit back down. And Jimmy kind of looks over at him and he's like, Leech, the fuck you doing?
How appropriate. That's a good name.
Bleach, yeah.
At this point, I give Obscura just a little slap, not a hard one, just a wake up kind of thing.
She does. She's still kind of in the trance. Patches would know that he has to actually disconnect. He's stopped doing active things, but he would have to disconnect from the peer-to-peer connection to stop the attack.
Oh, yeah, I have no clue about that.
So yeah, you're like tapping her cheek, and
Hey,
she's not
sister,
responsive.
wake up. What is your problem? You need to, I don't know. Maybe Patches give you a shot.
I think we just need to wait for him to disconnect. I don't think we can do anything until he can disconnect.
We'll give him a shot.
Yeah,
Wait,
he's still just sitting there, hands up, and he looks at Jimmy and he's like, I mean, word got to me that if I could stall a netrunner that would show up down here so that they missed the boat, that I could get on the boat and get the fuck out of here.
Wait. Who are you and what are you doing?
And who gave you that concept?
I'm Leech. I leech off of other people. That's
Yeah, we gathered.
dumb a name.
Clever name. Yeah, clever name. We got it.
And I'm down here for getting into systems that I wasn't supposed to and getting caught.
Okay.
Yeah, we gather that part, but I'm gonna make a persuasion roll to, or I would like to make a persuasion roll to get him to actually free up who gave him the information that this is gonna be happening.
Okay.
So I've got a 12 bait to start plus a 2. I got a 14. I used up all my fun on the face down.
I mean,
Would I be able to assist by cocking the gun?
yes, I will give you a +2 to your roll for the assistance of
All right, so that'll be 16. He has a -2 because face down. I love face down.
face down
Yeah.
is great.
Useful. I wish I was good at it.
You gotta be bad at something, otherwise you're just gonna overwhelm everyone.
Very true. Is anybody gonna stop Lobo? Just wondering.
Stop.
Okay, he
Well,
only
stop
got a
Lobo
12.
doing what?
So, he's like, listen, I found a note. I don't recognize the handwriting. There was no name. All I know is I was told I could get out. And I've been down here 5 years. I don't want to be here anymore.
I understand. I do. He walks over to him, picks him up out of the chair, and starts walking toward the water.
No, Lobo, stop.
Lobo,
He's like,
Lobo.
I will get you out of here.
Give me persuasion checks against each other to see if Domino can stop Lobo from going.
I'm not sure at this point. I got a 16.
I'm assisting.
Okay.
Persuasion.
Yeah.
13.
Where's persuasion?
Swear to God, if you get in that 20 on this,
Well, I mean, there's
19.
not nat 20s in here.
oh, I know.
Yeah, 19. Yeah, sorry.
He Lobo, you were absolutely convinced that this man must die.
Yeah, I just walk him to the water and chuck him in. Like,
Do make
I need a
an
grapple or something.
athletics check for me
okay.
to make sure that you keep a hand on him and grappled on the way over.
21. Yeah.
What
You look like you got a 1.
No, he rolled a 5, but he's not strong. He is not strong.
The leech is screaming as I
Yeah, the leech is honestly,
chuck.
come on, I just did what I was told. Please don't, I don't wanna die.
And as Lobo chucks him, just in the background, you hear me saying, "Please tell me you saved this computer."
I was thinking the same thing.
Because he hasn't jacked out.
He will in a minute.
Roll me a concentration check, Lobo, to see if you are able to be cognizant enough to remove his cyber deck before throwing him. And I will give
Okay,
you a
is that-
plus. I will give you a +3 on this because Obscura is your sister, and you
Okay.
have heard her constantly be like, "Motherfucker's gotta jack out, or it doesn't work."
So with a +3, it's a 20.
Okay, yeah. You get ready to throw him, and like you just happen to look over and see on his arm the cyber deck, and you slide it off his arm and toss him. Do you want to see how far you throw him with another throw roll?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, 10 on the die. Roll it again. 22 this time.
You're pissed.
Yeah.
So do you just like do the same thing of over the head and chuck him?
This is more like a shot put. Like I just slide it off and then chuck, like kind of launch. Almost,
He goes about 13 feet out.
Yeah.
And since this one isn't dead, he's flailing and screaming, and the screams have attracted something in the water, and you see movement underneath.
Oh, now we good. Now this is.
Roll me a d4 to see which monster gets him.
Okay. D4. I swear I have a D4 somewhere. Here we go.
Big catfish.
A 2.
I was just at the aquarium today, and there was in fact a giant ass catfish, and that's what I put in my mind is 2.
Gulp.
So So you
Yeesh.
see this giant mouth with these long ass, like, I'm talking 15-foot whiskers. This thing is genetically enhanced, huge. And you don't remember catfish having teeth, but this one has teeth like a shark. And snaps him in the middle of the air, right in the middle of his body, and his legs fall to one side and the top of his body the other.
Hey, you are out of here now. You are free.
Jimmy's just kind of like, he wasn't a friend, but he did good work for me. But that was a dumb move.
Yeah.
I
guess he
don't
did
blame
good.
you. I don't blame you. I understand she's your sister. And he calls out and he's all like, hey, Flipper. And he calls somebody else over and they have a cyber deck as well. And he's all like, can you jack this so that he's out of her goddamn head? And he's all like, yeah, boss. And a few seconds later, Obscura is free of the influence of this, but still does look shaky, and she has taken a minor wound. So we now
You
have
are
two
Flipper. Okay.
two wounded peoples.
Just be careful I not flip you.
I mean, I didn't get it. No, and I mean, there's nothing for me up there anyway, so it's not like I want out.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, Jimmy,
Oh.
you don't want to go back to the surface?
Oh, I mean, I wouldn't mind it. Oh, I'd rather get over to Furry Damu because then they just leave me alone. But if I can't make it, I can't make it. I got a good thing going here. I got my crew. It may not be glamorous, but I'm fine. I'm fine staying. Patches, if you want to give me 2 first aid rolls, one to see if you can get, because Lobo is still seriously wounded from last time, and then Obscura is now lightly wounded.
I mean, it's just minor wound. Just broken leg.
First aid rolls, was it?
Yes.
Okay. 16 and 19.
Okay, yeah. Both of them you're able to, you get, as soon as Lobo walks back over, like, you've been checking over Obscura and you get her stabilized, you get her a shot that you did have with you that is kind of starting to rouse you a little bit.
I also have 2 speed heals. I'd probably use one on Lobo if he's still very injured.
You were able to with the roll because it was only difficulty of 13, so you were able to get him patched up well enough that he is now not at disadvantage for anything. So, you have met Jimmy the Snake. One of your members has been attacked. You found some interesting things, and a corpse and a person have been eaten and chummed in the water. And on that note, we are going to go ahead and take our break. Thank you, everybody who is in chat and is hanging out with us, and we will be back in about 5-10 minutes. And welcome back. If you're just joining us, our group of adventurers is down in the Ignotus level, which is a prison of floating platforms over what they have learned is monster-infested waters of genetically engineered aquatic animals. Some of which obviously belong in the sea and are in fresh water somehow, but you know, semantics. You never know what you're going to get when there's genetic engineering involved. Obscura is now laying down. She had been peer-to-peer attacked by another netrunner that she was not prepared for. That netrunner is now dead. And another netrunner has jacked the previous netrunner's cyberdeck out so that Obscura can now rest. Patches has tended to both Obscura and Lobo to patch them up, as is her wont and her name. Jimmy is profusely like, I'm sorry, what's supposed to happen? And has reinforced that by like, no, I'm good here. You don't need to take me with you. As soon as you are done tending to Lobo and Obscura, Patches, you do get another message on the dating app that just says, I know your ex, Phil. Keep me apprised. I don't want you to miss it.
Sorry, I didn't quite get that.
Oh, it's the message says, and it's just another random picture and name. And it says, I know your exit strategy. I know how you're getting out of there. Please be safe. Let me know if you don't make it. I don't want you stuck down there.
I won't reply just yet.
Fair. They don't expect one yet. What's the rest of you doing?
I look over at Harvey and Lobo and say, well, Patches is working with her, with Obscura and her app, and say, so do you want to head over to your spot for transport, or do you want to stay here some more? The company isn't that scintillating at the moment.
But I did ask if they have fun. I don't know.
I mean, the most fun is throwing people in the water and seeing what comes up.
I look over at them and compare them to Lobo and say, I don't think they do that very much.
They have stones.
You
that we can-
obviously have more people that have slowly come over to the area, especially after all the screaming, because they wanted to watch the show. And none of them tried to stop you. They're like, oh yeah, somebody's going in the water.
We need to get you guys a television down here or something.
Snake,
Yeah?
is there anyone on this platform that could go in water and you would be happy?
Mean. Janetta kind of looks over at you and she's all like, you're gonna get your ass in trouble.
It's okay. Obscura will be fine. She just needs to rest, and I will do my thing.
Give me a human perception check of the people around you.
Oh no.
What do you think?
Yeah, I'll take a step back. 19.
You clock at least, now that there's more people over there, at least 10 people that are checking out the females in your party, and you notice that there might be 2 or 3 that you've seen down here, but it is mostly men. And it's a different kind of chum in the water.
I keep my hand.
I think I hurt Marie.
with the gun that's on my side, I keep my hand close to it.
You know, Mask. Your friends, they are not so friendly.
I only know one of them.
Hmm.
They're not my friends.
Jimmy does start to clock the tension, and he's all like, "Did y'all motherfuckers not just learn a lesson from the shit Leech pulled?" And he's going to roll an... I think there is... I don't know if it's going to be a face down or if there is actually intimidation, but nope, it's going to be face down. Okay. He rolled a 20. So all of them do, like, hands up, start to step away. All right, man. All right. It's your party over here. And Lobo, he does kind of go and points to one of the guys.
I see. Mm. Domino, do you think he's like stretching? Do you think it would be wise to head in the direction of where we go, and maybe I don't know, take a moment to take care of something?
You pose an interesting question. I look at Harvey and Patches and say, I think that the big guy's got the right idea. If we stay around a little bit too long, we'll wear out our welcome. They won't have as much fun. They might die. I think you're right, Lobo.
Not a very good swimmer, so yeah, let's get going.
Janetta,
Yeah.
see that one? And he points out the one that Jake pointed, or that Jimmy pointed out. Do you want to together? It's kind of like, you know, have fun, like.
Is there currently anybody besides Lobo or Janetta that has the strength to carry Obscura with you? Because she has passed out.
Oh, damn. Nice move.
You must be joking, right? My body is 6.
My body's a 5.
He's 5. Yeah, 5.
I mean,
Janetta kinda
I'm sure we
looks
could
around
put.
and she's all like, "You go have your fun. I will take care of your sister." And she does pick up Obscura and kind of like grabs her arms and kind of makes a piggyback.
I'm touched. Thank you.
You're welcome.
When
You'd
when
have more
we,
fun doing this anyways. It's
when
enjoyment
when
enough
we
to watch.
when we finish, yeah,
We'll
I
finish.
finish. Yeah, I will try extra. Yeah. Okay. Everyone, I'm gonna go throw that one in the water.
And I'll start putting odds onto my Kim skin and then light tattoos.
All right. So as you walk up to,
I'll stay
this-
close to.
Okay.
I'm following the big man.
As you walk towards this guy, give me a... There's so many checks in this game.
Checks.
Give me a stealth check to see if you can sneak up on him.
This is gonna be weird because I'm very big, but I'm very stealthy. A 20.
Is this like a Dwarven stealth check where you beat him on the head and he doesn't notice that you're there?
Yeah.
Just put a bucket on his head and just steal his
He rolled a 21, so he does clock
Oh,
you
that's
coming
fine.
up on him.
I wasn't trying to sneak up on him anyway. Just walking up.
So he does see you come. He's like, "Whoa, whoa, dude! I ain't got no beef with you. I didn't do nothing to your sister."
No, you are how you say, your number up.
Roll me a face down check.
Okay. Not great at that, but all right. There we go.
How
Yeah.
tall are
8.
you?
Probably too busy laughing at the joke.
Yeah.
He only got a 7, so
Oh.
I just see Lobo doing the, an animated walk up to the guy. Like, Vince McMahon coming out from behind the curtain.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Just a big shadow.
So yeah, your number so I throw you in water, but I throw you rope.
I don't think that's gonna help me. Like,
Well,
why
you
would you
must
throw
be-
me in the water?
You got to be fast. It's okay. And if you do, I tell you who told me to throw you in water.
As soon as you say you must be fast, he is going to make a
Gonna run.
yeah. He's gonna try and run.
Well, I'm not prepared for that, so I'm busy feeling smart about myself as I intimidate this guy.
Okay, there's gotta be something. We'll call it evasion.
Okay. Just have a reaction.
Okay, he rolled a 22 on his evasion.
Ooh.
You
What do you
can
want?
try for grappling with brawling, or if martial arts if you have it.
Yeah, okay, brawling. It is. Okay, he beat me, 19.
So yeah, he does start to run off. Do any of the rest of you do anything during this?
Wait, where are you going? I throw you in
Just-
water.
Yeah, just to be clear, there's no need for us to kill this guy, right?
No, your
He
friend
asked
said.
Jimmy if there was anybody he wanted taken care of, and Jimmy pointed this man out.
Yeah, he's doing
You-
it because he wants to entertain the crowd.
Your friend.
Well,
And there is a crowd, and they're like cheering on. Yeah, don't run like a little bitch. We want a show.
Wow, this is a tough crowd.
We're gonna have to teach this guy a little business sense about getting money first before he does that.
Yeah, we're also gonna have to,
Why give him money? He can't spend it in water.
we also have to wager on the fact that if we stay here too long and get familiar, have our faces become more familiar around here, at one point we're gonna have some problems here. So,
Yeah.
It's probably been about a total of 2.5 hours tops that you've all been down here. So you've still got at least 2.5 hours.
Before the boat shows up.
Yeah.
What do you say, Mas? Do I chase him?
Harvey,
I-
he calls you Mask.
um, ask the question again. I'm sorry.
So what do you think? Do I chase him? Do I run him? I'm honestly, I don't feel good about.
Lobo.
They call him
I-
names. It's not nice.
Lobo, I think. Is Jimmy listening in on this?
Let me see. Nope, he rolled a 1. He's not listening.
I look at Lobo and say, Lobo, he ran away and he's hiding very well. That's what's happened. And I kind of just deviate away from that conversation.
But I can find him and
I start humming to myself. I start humming my band's music.
So
Patches, do you have way to find person?
No, I
Oh.
don't. Mm-mm.
I'm gonna go over to Jimmy
Okay.
and I'm gonna hand him and reach in my bag and I'm gonna pull out a couple of eddies and say, why don't you have them chase them and give this to the guy that catches them and throws them in the water? That way they entertain themselves and you find out who's actually good and you can replace your badasses.
I like the way you think, businessman. And he takes some and he's all like, all right, idiots. Whoever can go and catch him, you get this. And his guys all run off.
And the thought that I've got here, guys, is that out of character is that they'll be paying attention to that and not where we're going.
But
I just have a quick question.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt.
go for it.
So were we supposed to get Jimmy to come with us, or we were just here to get information from him?
Just to get information from him.
Information from okay.
Yeah, as you guys were going down the chutes, all Frink yelled was, find Jimmy the Snake! That's all you had.
But you pay them. You can see him working through the concept Domino just explained to Jimmy and not quite reaching a result. Like, but you pay them, they throw him, but you pay, wait.
I'll spend a little time as we're walking explaining to Lobo that the idea is diversion. So that way they don't see where we go and they can't catch up to us to try to get on the boat. I realize they wouldn't be able to succeed, but it would take time that we don't have to spend.
But diversion, you use for diversion, I throw slushy and coffee. That's
Yeah, you threw the slushy or splashy in the coffee.
slushy, yeah. But
And
you throw, oh, and it's like it light bulb goes on. You have them throw him in water, like I throw slushy in coffee. Distraction.
yes, I don't
sorry.
expect them to get as much distance.
I sorry, Domino. It take me a moment, but that is very good. Yes, very good, very good.
And
That's
you do
right.
hear
Very smart.
yells and shouts behind you of, come out wherever you are, cocksucker!
Poor guy. I was gonna kill him, and now I'm feeling bad about it.
My, how the tables have turned.
Yeah.
So yes, you guys do start walking towards the rendezvous point. It is about another half mile to get over there, and you're walking a little bit slower because Janetta does have Obscura on her back. And when you get over to the indicated area, there's a very obvious line that people aren't crossing where you're supposed to be waiting. Like, it's not a visual line, but where you were told to wait has a good 50 feet between the edge and where anybody is standing, has set up their camp. Like, most people aren't that close to the water, but it's extra not close in this area.
I nudged somebody and asked, so are there bigger monsters over here? Hey, cat tax.
Blue makes her debut. This is Kitty Jahut.
I like her eyes.
All right. There you go. we stand a cat on stream here. You do catch the eye, and over here, make a human perception check to anybody who's actually looking closely at the people in the area.
11.
Nobody else is looking? Nope.
I think I'm probably focused on Obscura, yeah.
I, with my one good eye, got a 14.
And,
Okay, yeah, both of you were kind of looking around, and it's not like hard to clock, but you've got to look a little closer. The people in this area definitely seem a little more emaciated and like timid and less likely to fight back.
So they're the meek, pretty much.
Yeah. And the one that you ask, are there bigger monsters or whatever, they jump and they just kind of, oh, no, this is just where we get stuck over here because it's we don't pose a threat to any of the rest of them, so they just let us be if we're over here. But this is where the guards like to come and beat up on people, and if you get too close, then they're more likely to get you. And they don't throw you in the water until you're dead and they've used you for sport.
Oh, wait, they come here? If you get close, they come here?
Sometimes if they're watching, yeah.
Yeah.
I say.
Okay. Okay. Obscura be mad at me if I just go off half cocked.
Yeah, we still need to get a bird across the way, after we get things done. If you want to jump down and shoot and come down and have some fun,
Well,
I'm sure you could do that then.
well, no, because falling down, I broke my leg. That was not fun. It very, thank you, Patches, by the way, but it very much uncomfortable. Anyway, but I asked you all, do we want to wait? Is the question? Because if they come with boats, maybe
The
you-
challenge is that the guards coming over here are gonna be more heavily armed. And so there's a
Yeah.
bigger risk of one of us going down
Mm,
and being unable to go through. So it's probably better to wait for your contact to get here with their ride rather than risk their rides.
I wish I knew who they were.
I wish you knew too.
Hmm.
Have you shown the note to anybody else or just looked at it yourself and read it out to them?
I just read it out to them. And Obscura like grabbed it from me and read it.
Okay, yeah, that's right. She does kind of rouse a little bit and she's like, I think there was a picture on there. Maybe that'll help.
Yeah, I don't recognize it though.
Do you take it out and look at it?
And hold it up.
It is basically like just a square and then it's got a design on it. Give me an education check.
Yeah, I think that's what I did the first time and it sucked. Yeah, a 6.
Did you show it to Domino?
Yeah, I just show it to everybody.
Okay.
All right. Can I use deduction to try to
Yeah, absolutely.
figure something out on it? All
I
right.
was never very good in school.
All right. I'm gonna spend another 2 points of luck on this roll. And I got a 10 on the roll and then a 4. So 14 plus 10, including my luck. So 24.
Nice. So yeah, as you're
Yeah.
looking at this, you recognize the symbol. It is the symbol of a select group of elite guards for the prison that routinely come to Rockland and get their cybernetics looked at or augmented, or they're the ones that are most likely to have been contracted, now that you think about it, and they do wear distinct armbands that have this symbol.
I'll mention that, but I will also point out that if that's supposed to be our contacts, we're definitely gonna be safer waiting for them to show up on time. Because if they come here out of schedule, we might be noted as being something unusual.
Well,
And we want to try to board more notice and let the guys running around trying to throw people in the water retract all that notice from the other guards, because they're probably not going to come over here right now. They're probably busy watching them fool around.
right. Oh, right, distraction. Right.
Right.
Right. Throw in water, not coffee. Right. Yeah.
And you can just, without any roll, you absolutely can assume that the guards take just as much joy in watching people get attacked by the sea creatures as the
It's
people
very
on these
fun, so
platforms.
it's understandable.
Ain't no rest for the wicked.
Okay, I think I know that one. So
So
what
you-
do we
I
do
take-
for 2 hours?
Anybody
I
have
think-
a deck of cards?
You know, I actually do. I have skill in gambling.
Um, Lobo's going to look around for any kind of enclosed structure or like tent or anything that where there would be privacy.
In this area, there isn't really anywhere like that. Like, the
Yeah.
best enclosure you've seen was where Jimmy was, and it was a tarp on top of a couple of sticks. Like, it's, there's not much in the way of structure down here.
Sorry, Janetta. Okay, I mean,
It's okay. We can wait. She does set Obscura down and make her comfortable. And she's like, all right, if we're going to gamble, let's do this. And then you guys can play cards, hang out. The
So what are we
2.5
doing?
hours does go by
Oma.
without incident.
Hey, what are we doing? Texas Hold'em, Omaha. What are we doing?
Go fish.
Oh,
Gotta
fuck off,
include
that's
Lobo.
it.
go
You-
fish.
You better be joking.
Go fish. So the loser goes in water or
You know what? Let's play goldfish.
goldfish? What is goldfish?
I try to teach Lobo goldfish.
My attention span's too short.
Can we roll for this? Can I
Go for
teach
it.
Lobo goldfish?
Go
What
for
do
it.
I roll for?
Roll me.
Would this be persuasion in a way?
No. Let's make it
Animal handling?
Can I roll to resist torture?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a persuasion versus. Let's see. We will have
My education.
against your education.
Out of 16.
Yeah, you're gonna win. I don't think I can get to 16. Oh my god.
What'd you do? Roll a 10?
And a 9.
Oh my god.
So 23. I learned shit.
You get laser focused, and you're like, if this is people go in the water, I have to learn it.
Okay. All right. We do this. I don't want to swim.
And
And
then
I'm
the
like-
next 2.5 hours, you do teach him how to play the game. And then you do look up, and there is the boat, and you see the armbands, and your ride has arrived. So you walk over to the edge, and like the people that see the guards, it doesn't matter that they have the armband, nothing does. They move back farther, and they're eyeballing you like, why are you getting closer? And Titus kind of like tips a hat to them, and he's all like, it ain't always bad. It usually is, but today it's not. And walks over, and the guards do kind of stop, and they're like, okay, we were told who to expect and given descriptions. Who is this one? You must give a very good argument for us to let him on.
He is very good at killing. Also very smart. But like smart, you know.
Roll a persuasion check. And is anybody else
Yeah, I'm gonna go in
I'm
on
gonna-
it.
I'm going to assist as well.
I mean, it's a 19, so
Oh my god.
yeah.
Okay.
That's better than me. I got a 14.
He only rolled a 16, so yeah, he's all like, All right, I guess if he can be useful to you, they did leave us a caveat that if you found someone useful, they could
Well,
come with.
yeah. Also, he has ninja stars. Like
Nice.
he throws stars, and they're sharp.
It's always a good thing to have. Sharp stars.
Sharp stars. Yeah.
So they do get you all onto the boat, and they both have hands on holstered pistols and keeping an eye to make sure nobody else is trying to get on. You do all get onto the boat without issue. And as it does start to go towards the center and Furidamu, it's not a huge boat. Like, it's big enough that all of you can fit on it and, like, not be really close to the sides, and it does have a motor. But they absolutely have pulled up, the one not controlling the motor has pulled out the largest harpoon gun you've ever seen and is scanning the waters.
We go hunting. I scan the waters too.
All right, give me a perception check. He does see you looking and kind of is all like, if you want to help, and does like nudge another giant harpoon gun from underneath the seat.
Oh yeah, I can do shoulder weapons. 15 for perception.
You do start to notice. Let's see what it is.
Oh, God.
From across the water that's off to the side of the boat you're on, just barely peeking out of the water, you see a fin coming towards the boat.
It's a shark.
And he's all like, oh, is one coming for us? Oh. And as it gets closer, you begin to realize that this fin is much bigger than you thought it was because it was farther away than you thought it was. And he's all like, do you want to take a shot at it first?
Yeah.
I mean, it will come and try and eat the boat, so we have to shoot it.
But just a thought. Just thinking, we might need bigger boat.
Well, we don't have a bigger boat. But usually you can, like, rip off a fin or get some teeth, you know.
Jaws reference. Yes. Oh damn. Okay. Shoulder arms. 10 plus 5.
Can I get your dice?
It's the app. I'm just rolling on my phone. Is 25.
Oh, yeah. You absolutely hit this thing. Roll for damage.
What is the damage?
Let me look that up quick. Just let me type.
Never used it before, but it's it fits like a glove.
Oh, nope, that's not what I wanted.
Might be able to find it in the store.
Ah! Oh, there we go. Okay. Cat's mouse is much more sensitive than mine is.
She a gamer?
She just has the scrolling sensitivity set up way
Okay.
better than I do.
Okay.
Do you want to call
We're
it like
gonna go
a?
ahead and let you do 6d6 of
I was
damage.
just gonna say grenade launcher.
Yep.
Basically. Yeah.
And it does explode on contact.
Oh, good. 66. Oh, dang, that's a lot of ones.
Oh,
But
no.
2 sixes. 17. And a critical injury inflicted.
So yeah, as it starts to get closer, you see the nose start to edge out, and you nail him like right above the teeth, and like you see teeth fly, and it gives this inhuman screeching noise and dives back down.
Screaming shark.
It is
Oh
very
my-
disconcerting. Like, you do not expect this sound. Like, it sounds like the screaming eels from Princess Bride.
What about the screaming goats?
or the screeching eels. Yeah.
Screeching eels, yeah, good call.
But a couple of teeth do fly into the boat, and the guy's all like, "You got your first shark teeth."
Oh yeah, their teeth.
You can make a necklace out of them.
Yeah.
He kind of
Big.
looks over at Janetta. I'm gonna see how well his human perception is. He's like, "Your lady friend over there perked up at the thought of a shark tooth necklace."
Oh.
And you do look, and Janetta is like eyeing those shark teeth and like, okay.
Okay. Gathers them up, puts them in his pack. Here is your harpoon back. It shoots a little to the right.
Yeah, that's why I use this one, but damn good shot.
Well, you know.
And the rest of the trip over to Furidamu is made without any further issue. The screeching of the creature seemed to have made sure that no other creatures came close. And as you begin to get closer and closer to Furidamu, like, you could see the lights and you could see the kind of festive atmosphere that it let off. But as you get closer, like, they've built full-on pagoda buildings down here. There's boats that are lined around almost every edge of what you can see of this platform. And there's people that are selling fresh vegetables and like things you wouldn't expect to see down here. And like, their boats literally are a garden where they have dirt and soil, and they have grow lights, and they're literally just growing this produce in boats to sell. You see some of them that are selling chunks of meat that look suspiciously like some of the creatures you have seen. You can hear music coming from about 4 or 5 different directions, and you see people dancing, and it's a more happy feeling in this city down here on this obscure platform than you've seen pretty much anywhere in Somnum Exterreri. You can start to see why people would want to escape down here and live on this floating island rather than deal with life above. As you get closer, you do go off to one side, and there is a dock where they dock the boat, and they're like, "All right, you have 5 hours here. If it takes you less time, that's fine. If it takes you longer," they tried to give us a time limit, but honestly, we enjoy our time being able to come and party with these people. So if you take longer, it just means longer that we get to hang out with them.
What's the cost to live here?
Well, usually to get out here, you've got to bribe some of the guards to get you out here. But it's a barter and trade system down here. They don't really use the money. If people show up and are in need, they're pretty good at reaching out and making sure they at least have a place to stay. Even like the people, you will see people sleeping in the streets, but they've got comfy mattresses and they've got blankets and they get food. It's honestly better to live down here than most places.
Definitely getting that vibe. Definitely getting that vibe.
There's
He
just one problem, Mask.
What?
He points at the water. You know.
Well, then I guess I'll stay in the middle. By the way, Lobo, If you need help making a necklace out of that teeth, I can
Oh,
help. I'm very good with that kind of stuff. And I point out the necklace that I have around me that has skull fragments around it, and I put it back in.
that is. Ooh, okay. Sure. Now, one thing, Mask.
What?
And he like leans in so that no one else can hear. When you make necklace, it is for Janetta. So if you make way to put her name on tooth, um, I think maybe she liked that. Also, I think there's something you missed before, but I think there is something down here where I think killing people is okay. So that is the other thing I think is wrong here, is because you like kill people just to kill people is
After you just
Thank you.
did that.
You know, Lobo, I'm feeling a lot of humility coming from you right now. But I really, really have to ask.
what?
If you saw someone throw someone into a meat grinder, and then that person said, I don't like it when people throw people in the meat grinders,
Right.
what would be the first sentence that comes to your head?
Well, I guess the first thing I would ask was, what do you like to see?
Harvey just kind of chuckles and goes, just say the word big man, I'll make your necklace.
Okay, yeah.
Also, if I can give some advice personally,
Yes.
does she want her name or does she want something symbolic? I think something symbolic is more important than a name.
What is symbolic enough?
Something sentimental. Like, is it like does she have a favorite animal? Does she have something that represents a family member of hers that she cared about that is no longer living? Don't say those words exactly, and please don't tell her I said that. Just something along those lines.
What if you put on tooth? Like bite is good. You know?
Bite is good.
Bite. Well, I mean,
What did you do
in more street
that
slang?
closet?
I'm not real good with street slang, but like if biting is good, in lovemaking, that like
Harvey's
to bite you is good,
Harvey is starting to think of a bass guitar riff for a song called Bite is Good. All of a sudden he goes, no, bite is good.
Bite is good.
Bite is good.
Okay. Good. Thank you, Mask. I appreciate it.
Anytime. Just say the word, big man.
And after that illuminating conversation, that's where we are going to end our game for tonight. Thank you so much to our players for the entertainment level of tonight. Thank you to the audience. Kat will be back next week because words are hard. I have that shirt coming. Words are hard, girl.
Words are hard.
No, I wanted to close all the tabs. Go away. This has been Somnum Exterreri, my Cyberpunk homebrew game that is a very big blast to play, especially with the crazy antics of Flobo. And then we have a variety of people to keep him at least somewhat out of trouble.
We're definitely the straight men.
Thank you to my players. Always a joy to have you guys. Let us know where we can find you, what you've got going on. Eric with 2 C's.
I'm Eric with 2 C's. I play the exec Domino, and I can be found on social media at Despair. Thank you for letting me have my fun with scaring the crap out of people, being the squishy exec.
The face down is your secret weapon.
I just love that you're scarier than I am. Like it's the most amazing, awesome thing.
So the most interesting thing is that both those rolls that I did that I spent luck on, I got a 10 on both those rolls,
That's luck. Yeah.
right?
Yeah. On that note, Tim.
I'm Tim, Flame Blackmore on Twitter, playing Lobo, the solo murder hobo, with a Hardo, I guess.
Oh no.
I'll keep working on the rhymes. It's you know. I'll work harder. Yeah.
That was perfect.
Yeah.
Marie, save us. Where can we find you, Marie?
You can find me on Twitter at Woven Freckles, and I'm playing Patches.
Who has secrets?
Dating app secrets.
And other Eric.
My name is Eric. I'm also known as Trials of Bren TTRPG on both Twitter and Instagram. And I have been playing Half Moon Harvey, the Fixer, for tonight's game.
And I am Kristen. I have been the GM for tonight. You can find me as Darth Cerelish all over the internet. Some places when I remember that I have those social medias, but not always. You can find me on lots of stuff on the channel, but you can also find me, maybe we're going to have a talkback episode this Saturday, but definitely Saturday after this one, we will be back for season 2 of Sister Cities over on Exquisite Corpse Presents, and shit's getting real wild over there, and I'm excited. You can also find me on Monday. I will be here on the channel running my 5e homebrew game, Madness Takes Artena, at 5 p.m. Pacific. And, you know, I have just as much shit I'm putting those players through as well. They love me for it, I swear. Then on Tuesday, there is Watercolored Wizardry with our watercolored wizard, Maria. She will be doing the last character for her game that she will be DMing, Misguided Magic. She also did character art for all the characters for Artena, which she just moved across the country, so scanning those was not a thing until she could find a cord. So we will hopefully have that on stream soon, and I'm very excited for it. And that will be at 1 p.m. And then also on Tuesday, we will have the first episode of Misguided Magic, where she's going to run two one-shots with half of the party in each to kind of get us to where we're starting. And on Tuesday, it will be myself and the lovely Abby with our characters Scoria and Beetlebug, the hairless tabaxi.
Beetlebug.
And that's going to be a lot of fun. Our characters have a lot of interesting shit that's going to come out, and I'm super excited for that. And then on Wednesday, we will have Chaos Commentary, where we talk all things TTRPGs. And speaking of Clinton Frink, Don will be joining us to hang out and shoot the shit about TTRPGs. And that is always fun to have friend Don. And then Thursday is At the Threshold with North Shore DM, Chad, who gave you all your +2s tonight, where it's his 5e homebrew world.
Are those going to carry over? Just wondering.
Huh?
Are those going to carry over?
What? Oh, yeah.
+2s?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. They'll carry over if you didn't use them. And then again,
Okay,
next
North Shore.
Friday, we will be back here for Somnum, Exterreri, and more cyberpunk shenanigans. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for enjoying the chaos. And we will see you guys all soon.
See you, everybody.
Yeah.
second. Where's the app?